fun is up. James knew back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No, R&R's the bar is raised. If you know me, know I can bar for days. Nothing there to prove cause I've done enough. Lights out, still gonna keep the torch. Check your little piece, wanna see some more?
I'm gonna try to beat the force. I wanna try to defeat the law. You wanna be with me, of course. Check your little piece, wanna see some more?
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is the NFL on EA Sports.
Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. An inside give to Jones. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now a handoff to Chandler. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. McCarthy operating from the gun. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is right through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. First carry now for David Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Gibbs straight ahead, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try the middle with Montgomery, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Coming right, this is Montgomery on the toss. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little 10.
I know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back at him. They get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Here's 3rd and 9. On the delay, Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 73 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a lane slow and materializing there as they get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Jones. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 55 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you? No,
you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. They run, Montgomery, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this 2nd go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. St. Brown in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And St. Brown going to have the Lions 1st down as he's down to the 12. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. That was enough to get them a 1st down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Badgley. Good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Vikings head out to take over once again. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
As a defense, you're more balanced with zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the Lions will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On first down, Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Here's 2nd and 3. To Williams on the jet sweep. 7 yards there and a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Now that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll send the tight end in motion. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw is Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll try the air now with Goff. And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on. But instead it's 3rd down. Goff. And that ball incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Now a 2nd and 10. Running right, Jones. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Up the middle, Jones. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. McCarthy, 3rd and short yardage. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Jones. A strong running. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 107 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Jones going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on? And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are able to move back in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort from minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack. A loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart to carry the ball the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Off play action. Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make play.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field at least. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. McCarthy now on 1st down. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 2nd down, it's McCarthy. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That one goes for 30 yards. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Goff. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
You see this a lot on corner blitzes because they don't often get a shot at the quarterback, so they want to take it when they can. But this time the hit came too late. Easy call for the official.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short. To boot, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Apologies to coach, cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third. Quarter action ready to go.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On second down, Montgomery.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the 50, it's Goff.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive. And we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Second down and 6 now.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. An inside give to Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Aaron Jones
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Vikings have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
On second down, here's Gibbs.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. It's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit. 47 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Montgomery back to the ground. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Powers through and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. On the ground, it's right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Brock Wright, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A little costly there. You wipe out the first down. You also move further back.
No doubt about it. So you went from moving the sticks to them staying in the same spot, except for that one guy carrying the yard marker. He moves back farther.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. The give is to Jones.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
A give to Jones. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a handoff to Chandler.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that's going to tie the ball game at 34.
So give him... on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Jameer Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and, again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Goff.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
In motion goes the tight end. First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And now off to the races down the right side. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
On 1st and 10, Goff. That is caught. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Montgomery is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
And just shutting him off there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Now McCarthy throwing on 1st down. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. Got a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the 1st half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this offense on third down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. On the delay, Jones. Good footwork at the 30. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. An inside give to Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 19-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2. I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Some strong running at the 20. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Gone. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough? To the football while being jostled.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. And he's able to get it out of there. Here's Powell on the return. Nifty move. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll run it with Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
He'll let this go deep for Sherfield.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Jones is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And his kick is good. Taking the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery.
Taken down at the 42. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
Gets around him, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Goff on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Back to throw, Goff.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down. Goff now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Now it's Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. that will make this a 4-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 4, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2 minute. Warning.
First and 10. Here's McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
They'll look to throw.
And that nearly ended it. That should have been intercepted, but he cannot corral it, and that is a lifeline there with third down coming up.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Back to throw.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
He's back to throw.
Pass complete to Addison.
Muscles him off.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
A check down here to Jones. He's got some room to operate.
And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll try and run it in with Jones. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home.
Third down and goal coming up here.
Here's Jones. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Extra point right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
Goff now to throw. He's going to let it fly.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, You'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So here comes a very important kick now from Michael Badgley. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll go again to Jones.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
A give to Jones.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 44.
That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Running right, Jones.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. And here's Ryan Wright now.
On for a very important punt here in overtime. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return. You can win it as well.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A huge play there in overtime. 42 yards.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They are in field goal range. 3 points now would win it. Here's second down.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Now a 3rd and 6. Gibbs straight ahead.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Lions are going to win this game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.